It's so crazy. It's so crazy that like the single deciders and single observers, like they really can't see each other or realize how crazy they are. It feels like the old thing of like men and women. Like you're in a Bible study group with a bunch of guys. You're like, what are those crazy girls? What the hell do they want? How do you make them happy?
Because you don't think like that.
And the girls are in their Bible study group going, oh, how do I
Men are impossible, please.
Yeah, it feels that way with like observers and deciders. Like you have no idea how fucking crazy the other team really is. You're seeing your own team. So this is a really great question. It's just like, I'm almost like honored that you don't know how fucking crazy single observers are. Like I'm so glad that you're focused on your own crazy shit that you can't see how crazy the other team actually is.
Right.
It's like when I talk to other fellow observers, like how much we really go down a rabbit trail of how intense and how silly and crazy the fear is.
I think you guys are just smart enough that you don't let the tribe know.
Right.
Like, because you're so good with the tribe that you're like,
you don't let on.
Never share that shit.
Right. That's why this here, it's just like these are things that I'm constantly processing.
Okay, well,
so
hold on. What's this?
I did a YouTube video on deaf people. How I don't.
That's a okay.
The people that do the sign language is like, there's no way that's real.
Okay, yeah, that I thought so. Like that was one of those things. So this is like, how do you actually know somebody's crazy? Like it's one of those things that you kept mentioning. But I thought you were joking. I thought it was a joke because this is back to like, obviously you don't really mean that. Like, oh yeah, like this means something. And I'm like, you're joking. And like, I think you are joking. But then you like keep bringing it up. Yeah. I'm like, ha ha ha. I laughed the first time.
Right. So like officially put me down of course I'm joking. And of course I know sign language is real. Of course I know. But it's like, but why? Why does my brain keep needing to process? For our new house, we have a lot of deer. And so you caught me like, this is a moose obviously, but like you caught me on a good rant. Where
you keep talking about the antler thing and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I mean, I'm like two. I'm like sensory dominant and I'm a double observer. So I'm like, shut up about the antlers.
There's
like,
no way. There's no way you can run through the forest like this. Like grab a broom and hold it this way and run through the house, motherfucker, and see what happens. I can't even.
How fast you're like going through a door.
Yeah, I can't even walk down the hall holding a box without hitting everything. And you're gonna run through the forest. Not with the antlers going this way, but this way, by what is that, 6 feet? You're gonna run through trees. No, you're not.
That's true.
There's no way that. And Bigfoot's fake. The guy stands up. He's slim. He just wiggles through trees.
At least he's bipedal. And he has carpets on his arm, so like all the berry bushes he can make it through.
It's just like, I'm like, okay, you have to be going extinct by next Wednesday. There's no fucking way they haven't killed themselves off by now. My intuition can't get around the sensory. It makes no fucking sense. Just like, am I saying something right now? It makes no fucking sense. Everyone's like, I believe in sign language. I believe deer are not a fucking anomaly. I'm like, well, I don't. So I'm alienated and I have all or nothing thinking. And like, I won't fucking tell you about it. And like, why am I not listening? Because I'm processing shit like this.
That's true. That is so true. I'll be talking like, yeah, okay, the deer. Anyway, so back to our conversation.
About people.
And then you'll find out like 5 minutes later. He's like, okay, so deer. I'm like, you weren't listening that entire time.
You're talking about people and I don't give a shit.
Or whatever.
This shit right here, this is why I do believe in Satan. This is why there is an afterlife and somebody's going to hell.
He called them demons.
This thing is just a torture box. Like,
why?
How ironic that I got a job that I have to sit in front of a goddamn computer. Like, I want to be a deer hunter for a living or some shit. Like,
why? Like, why? It is, to me, when I see something like that, I'm like, oh my God, we didn't used to have this benefit. So I accept that like,
torture.
Well, yeah, but like the things that you can do, you can access
Remember
the fucking
how easy the
internet.
80s were? You needed a skateboard and some lemon head candy and you're on your way. And like, life was fun and easy. It's fun to watch myself still have them. Of course I know, like, yes, computers are real and antlers are real and sign language is real. And
You're just watching the trigger.
But it's like every time I go to solve one, my brain's just like, okay, well now it's this over here. Like it just jumps over to the next random, like, so it's kind of been fun to watch it just like, really, antlers? Like,
I know,
now that
like,
I've solved, like, I'm not afraid of the IRS or the Illuminati or the Twin Towers anymore.
But you're picking on handicap
but now it's like,
and endangered species.